This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, hit that notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. We have this show every Monday, every Thursday, covering Disney parks news, Disney cruise line news, all that type of stuff. But here is the news for February 2nd, 2026. Well, it's the first show of the month. You know what that means? We have launched our newest Magna of the month, and while members wait with bated breath to find out what it is this month, we put together a little teaser for you. There you go. If you're a Magnet of the Month member or not, or you don't even know what this is, you can go to carouselofproducts.com. But in the comments, sure, give us our guesses. What do you think the magnet's going to be? These should be showing up in your mailboxes any day now. Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort experienced rare cold weather this weekend, also this morning, with temperatures on Sunday dropping below freezing. Water features throughout the parks froze over, creating icicles and all kinds of interesting photo ops everywhere. Walt Disney World guests shared images across social media of frozen fountains and misters. TikTok user @miss.bz posted a video of icicles on the sign and surrounding rock work for the Seas with Nemo and Friends at Epcot. There were many cold moments to be documented in Epcot as well. Instagram user Candace Marie shared video of the misters in World Discovery covered in ice, chunks of ice that even broken off and fallen onto the ground. Ex-user Diz Before After posted pictures of the fountain outside of Remy's Ratatouille Adventure with water frozen sort of mid-fall, mid-spray. Diz Before After also shared video of a flood of water, apparently from a broken pipe that burst due to the cold. We're all amateurs when it gets cold here all of a sudden. I know a lot of us are not from Florida originally, but we still get into this routine where you just don't expect to deal with all this cold weather. We also saw pictures of the Leaky Tiki area at the Magic Kingdom with ice forming. Stay warm out there, everybody. I know, look, I was in Kansas City on the weekend. It's colder there, but it feels colder here in Florida. It was, below freezing this morning too. So be careful out there. Hopefully the cold doesn't disrupt your vacation too much. A CEO announcement could have come alongside the release of Disney's earnings report for Q1 2026 this morning, but that announcement was missing during the call. According to Bloomberg, the board at Walt Disney Company will vote on naming Bob Iger's replacement in the coming week and is aligning on promoting Josh D'Amaro, theme park division chairman, to the role of chief executive officer. There's also speculation that Bob Iger would step down before the end of his contract, which ends in December of this year. This upcoming appointment will conclude the 3-year CEO search led by Disney chairman James Gorman, which began back in 2024. Variety is reporting, of course, that Bob Iger may leave the role before his contract's up. His contract is up, as we said, at the end of 2026. Sources are saying maybe looking to bow out early. Variety reported this. They said it was originally broken by the Wall Street Journal, by the way. Iger has told associates that he plans to step down as CEO and pull back from daily management before that December 31st end of the contract. The Wall Street Journal also reported Friday, citing anonymous sources, they thought a CEO announcement would come on the call today. Obviously, that did not happen. Again, everyone thinks that's going to be Josh D'Amaro, chairman of Parks and Resorts. We'll see. You can, place your bets now. Iger also mentioned Disneyland Abu Dhabi during Monday's earnings call while discussing how important theme parks are to the company's business. Iger said that during his visit to Abu Dhabi 2 weeks ago, I was reminded how great the potential is to build in that part of the world, because not only is it strategically located to reach a huge population, they have never visited our parks. He said the parks and resorts business was not impressive or acceptable when he became CEO in 2005, but the additions of IPs with Disney's purchase, of course, Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and 20th Century Fox have added some value in that region. The footprint of the business has never been more broad or more diverse, and projects and development like Disneyland Abu Dhabi will make it even more so. Iger added that he is very bullish on the theme park business and its ability to grow. He said the future of both parks and entertainment is bright following downturns due to, of course, COVID-19 back in 2020. Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be a high-tech, sustainable indoor park on Yas Island. Disney is collaborating with UAE-based entertainment company Miral, who will be in charge of operations, while Disney Imagineering is leading the creative design. We're not done, though. Iger alluded to Bob Chapek's short tenure as CEO during the earnings call this morning. Quote, "When I came back 3 years ago, I had a tremendous amount that needed fixing. But anyone who runs a company also knows that it can't be just about fixing. It has to be preparing a company for its future." Iger attempted to retire back in 2021, as most of you know, leaving Chapek in charge of the company. But in late 2022, the board of directors fired Chapek and brought Iger back, ultimately extending his contract through 2026. Iger, who handpicked Chapek as his successor, has since indicated the choice was his biggest regret, and he was disappointed watching Chapek's tenure. Before Iger returned to the CEO position, the two reportedly had a falling out. Iger says the Walt Disney Company is in much better shape than it was 3 years ago because we have done a lot of fixing, but we've also put in place a number of opportunities, including the investment across our experiences and business to essentially expand in every location that we do business and on the high seas. I also believe that, in the world that changes as much as it does, that in some form or another, trying to preserve the status quo was a mistake, and I'm certain that my successor will not do that. He's referencing his successor, of course, that we are still speculating on. They'll be handed, I think, a good hand in terms of the strength of the company, a number of opportunities to grow, and also the expectation that in a world that changes, you also have to continue to change and evolve as well. Walt Disney World is planning an expansion to the Magic Kingdom Ferryboat dock, according to an application filed with the South Florida Water Management District. The plans also include a floodplain compensation area. The project covers the dock outside the Magic Kingdom, not at the TTC. The floodplain compensation area would be along Seven Seas Lagoon, past the bus stops. Though the project area includes a significant amount of space in front of the park's entrance, the dock itself only accounts for a small section. In the plans that we saw, the expanded dock is the zigzagging lines we see here, the left side of the image. The expansion would also include a larger waiting area for the ferry boats. Ferry boats, of course, are one of two transportation system guests used to travel to the Transportation Ticket Center to the Magic Kingdom. The other is, of course, the monorail. In 2021, Disney added second-level ramps for quicker unloading of the ferry boats. Guests still all board on the first level, though. Currently, there are 3 ferry boats. Of course, the Admiral Joe Fowler, that's the blue one now. It didn't used to be. Thank God they changed that. It always bothered me that the General Joe Potter was blue and the Admiral was green. Now they fixed it. Admiral Joe Fowler, the blue one, Richard F. Irvine, the red one, and General Joe Potter, the green one. We reported a few years ago on rumors that Disney would add a 4th ferry boat with the expansions to Magic Kingdom. Nothing on that yet. On January 30th, we spotted construction crews and machinery farther back into Piston Peak National Park at Magic Kingdom. So far, most of the work has taken place by Big Thunder Mountain and closer to the former Mike Fink Keelboats dock near the Haunted Mansion. Crews continue to work in the area with multiple pieces of machinery, temporary construction fencing, and other materials. A lot of this has been taking place up near the area that butts up to the Haunted Mansion. Crews have also cleared out a lot of trees on the hill next to the attraction, as well as leveled out land in that area. Not a ton of work has been done further back yet in the area that is to be Villains Land, but on January 30th, there were a lot more construction workers and vehicles there than we normally see. From what we can see, an excavator was possibly moving dirt into or out of a dump truck. Another excavator and construction vehicle were nearby, and 3 workers stood in the middle. This area will be harder to track the progress of course, due to its location. Hopefully, once Big Thunder Mountain reopens this spring, we'll get maybe some better vantage points to keep you updated. The tombstone of one of the Haunted Mansion's most prominent happy haunts has been hidden behind the Scrim by the attraction's facade. Recently, Disney filed 2 permits for construction at the Haunted Mansion attraction. Scaffolding covered in green scrim went up on the lawn soon after and was then expanded from the graveyard all the way around the front of the mansion to the exit. That scrim covers up the gravestone of one of the mansion's most well-known spectral inhabitants, Madame Leota. In the graveyard, visible from the outdoor queue, Madame Leota's tombstone is nearest the mansion walls. The green scrim almost completely engulfs her. Only the base is peeking out there. We'll see how long this lasts. Construction is going to be wild for a little while here. Recent update from ex-user BioReconstruct, our favorite, shows significant progress on the roller coaster in the upcoming Monstropolis area at Disney's Hollywood Studios. An overhead shot of the construction of that area reveals numerous utility conduits rising out of the sand for the new attraction building. The sand was placed on top of a concrete floor to stabilize it. Previous aerial shots also showed electrical conduit being buried in the sand. The gray utility conduits can be seen rising out of that sand at the far right of the sand plot. The building in the background is the former Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. Closer look shows that crews are working on the conduit rising out of that sand, as well as the conduit lines in the sand itself. The conduit is pipe, okay? They're going to put things in pipe, like electrical service, data lines, that type of stuff. At the top right, the last concrete will be cast for the stabilizing floor. A grid of pilings can be seen in that sand. Of course, a large pad of concrete was recently cast for the Monstropolis roller coaster, which will be based, of course, on the door vault from Monsters, Inc. These aerial shots show the guest-facing side of the Monsters, Inc. roller coaster building. Half of the concrete has been poured. BioReconstruct also posted photos of the former Muppets courtyard being reimagined into Monstropolis. Recently, the first fire safety permit was filed for the redesign of Mama Melrose's restaurant into what's going to be Harryhausen's in the future. So we'll keep an eye on that, obviously. Everyone is curious about this one. Previously, wilderness explorers were able to earn 2 dinosaur-themed badges in DinoLand. However, with its permanent closure, the program has been updated with a new nature badge instead. This unique and free activity allows guests to complete challenges and earn adventure badges as they work their way around the park. There were 24 badges before the permanent closure of DinoLand. Previously, 2 badges were available in DinoLand, a fossil badge and a dinosaur badge. Now, the program is updated with a nature badge, which is the same one that guests would earn on Earth Day and Cool Kids Summer. The handbook available in the park is updated to reflect this new badge. Wilderness explorers draw inspiration from nature. After the permanent closure of DinoLand and Animal Kingdom, a new guide map has debuted in the park. The new map removes all DinoLand attractions that closed at the end of the day yesterday. This included the dinosaur attraction, of course, the Dino Institute shop, Restaurantosaurus, and Cretaceous Trail. Other areas of the land, including the Boneyard and Chester and Hester's Dinorama, those closed in 2025. The guide map states future home of Tropical Americas. Tropical Americas, of course, will take its place, including the all-new Encanto-themed attraction, an Indiana Jones attraction, sort of the rethemed version of Dinosaur, and more new experiences expected to open in 2027. Walls have come down around the Angola colobus monkey habitat and the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail at Disney's Animal Kingdom. This could mean that the exhibit is nearing a reopening date. After being closed for several months, Animal Kingdom's monkey exhibit appears to be nearly ready to reopen post-refurbishment. The exhibit received a complete refresh, new prop bridges, netting, they hang there from the side to the top of the habitat. The entire habitat is enclosed by netting, but the prop nets are perfect for monkey naps, along with bridges and platforms and all that kind of stuff. Those are all going to be new, fun for the monkeys. There are also faux wood and bamboo structures for the monkeys to climb on. The exhibit sign is still covered. Cast members originally said the refurbishment would last about 4 to 5 months. A cast member we spoke to on January 8th said it would reopen before the summer. For the time being, the monkeys are living backstage somewhere at Rafiki's Planet Watch, probably having a good time, but I'm sure they're excited to get a new home. As the newly refurbished Harambe Market reopens at Disney's Animal Kingdom, we headed over to check out the revitalized menu. Go to our website to see our thoughts on this whole thing. There's a 3rd-pound Angus bacon cheeseburger for $13.99, chicken strips for $10.99, Savanna salad for $11.29, and a Kubwa cookie for $5.29. Check these out. They kind of dumbed down this menu a little bit, but you know, they do what their audience wants. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to www.nt.travel. Their team will design your next magical vacation from Disney World and Disneyland to Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, and more. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free, so book today. I just got a thank you text from one of our WIGS members who used them for yet another cruise. They do a great job, especially with the cruises. These people, they're really on top of their game. So check them out. It doesn't cost nothing, right? According to the Orange County Register, both Disneyland and the Los Angeles International Airport, along with other Southern California locations, may have been exposed to someone with measles. Per the article, a passenger on Viva Aerobus Flight 518 traveled through LAX's Tom Bradley International Terminal on January 26th. Those traveling through Terminal B on January 26th around 10:45 p.m. through January 27th around 1 a.m. may have been exposed. The Orange County Healthcare Agency stated that the same individual later visited locations at the Disneyland Resort while infectious on January 28th. The cited potential exposure windows include Goofy's Kitchen at the Disneyland Hotel from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure Park from 12:30 p.m. until closing. The traveler later visited a Dunkin' Donuts on January 30th. Orange County health officials urged those who might have come into contact with the individual to contact the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention or healthcare professional. The CDC is also working with LAX and Disneyland to contact those confirmed to have been near the traveler. Health officials said people exposed may develop symptoms between 7 and 21 days after exposure and urged residents to confirm their vaccination status. This is not the first measles case in Orange County in the last week. A toddler and 19-year-old traveler were also confirmed to be infected in the county. Stuff I would never thought in 2026 I would have to report on is a measles outbreak. Last year, Walt Disney World began testing a modified version of a single rider line at Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run in Disney's Hollywood Studios. Instead of a line for parties of 1 guest, this test created a line for parties of 2 guests. This test is now being done at Disneyland. According to cast members, the line screen switches between double and single, sometimes staying on single rider for longer periods of time, depending on park traffic. When the sign is switching between the two, 1 or 2 guests can enter the single rider line at the entrance to Smugglers Run there. This line runs on the left side adjacent to the traditional standby line, but skips the pre-show scene with Hondo Ohnaka. Using the 2-rider option, cast members first take a larger party from the regular standby line. If the party is a group of 4, the cast members search the single rider line for a party of 2. If the larger party is 5 people, the cast members then find a single rider. It's normal. We'll see how this works out. For 4 nights at Disneyland, guests can enjoy Star Wars Night, an after-hours event all about the heroes and villains of Galaxy Far, Far Away. Tickets go on sale in a few weeks, and Disney has revealed some new food offerings. The dates are going to be Tuesday, April 28th, Thursday, April 30th, Monday, May 4th, Wednesday, May 6th. On Tuesday, February 3rd, that's tomorrow, no earlier than 9 a.m. Pacific time, Inspire key holders may purchase from a select number of pre-sale tickets for Disneyland After Dark Star Wars Night. Then on Wednesday, February 4th, no earlier than 9 a.m. Pacific, all Magic key holders will have the opportunity to purchase from a select amount of pre-sale tickets. On Thursday, February 5th, no earlier than 9 a.m. Tickets then go on sale to the general public. Tickets are limited and subject to availability. Captain Phasma and First Order stormtroopers will search for resistance spies during the March of the First Order in Tomorrowland, a returning offering. At the lightsaber instructional, master instructors will show guests how to handle a lightsaber in a series of defensive and offensive maneuvers. Figrin D'An and the Modal Nodes, also known as the Cantina Band, will make special appearances throughout the night on Rivers of America. Where else would Star Wars Band play? At Disneyland After Dark exclusive experience, by the way. Darth Maul will take over Tomorrowland Terrace. Other Star Wars characters appearing will include an Ewok, Jawa, Queen Amidala. Themed photo backdrops will include speeder bikes and the thrones of Boba Fett and Bo-Katan. Menu items will be, well, these are new ones anyway for this year. Pizza 5 Blossom Bread at Oga's Cantina, Galactic Bundt Cake at Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe and Galactic Grill, Banff Gogi at Edelweiss Snacks and Maurice's Treats. This year's Star Wars Night collection includes a zip-up hoodie, a tee, a hat, tumbler, and pin. If you're into the Star Wars stuff, be ready for the next couple days here to get your tickets. They go fast usually. The Disneyland calendar indicates Oga's Cantina will reopen on Saturday, March 14th, 2026. This will follow a nearly 2-month closure. Disneyland is shifting the timeline for half of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge to now be set during the original Star Wars trilogy. This includes Oga's Cantina, which will still be owned by Oga, but earlier in her career arc, I guess. DJ Rex, he'll also remain in place. The bar's refurbishment work includes drainage updates, potentially thematic changes. We don't really know. Disney hasn't announced details. I don't think the food's going to get any better. Sorry, guys. Disney said the timeline shift will officially go into effect on April 29th, but the guests might see updates before that date. Disneyland's It's a Small World now has a reopening date as the holiday overlay continues to be removed on the ride's facade. The calendar on Disneyland's website has now been updated with the reopening date for It's a Small World. Shows that the ride will reopen on Friday, February 6th. That's this coming Friday. The ride recently closed on Monday, January 26th to remove that holiday overlay. On our visit to Disneyland Resort yesterday, we noticed the lights of the outside of the ride had been partially removed and the clock tower was no longer adorned with the Santa hat. On our previous visit a few days back, crews were working outside on the queue and scaffolding had been installed at the far end of the facade. Mickey and Minnie will debut new outfits in February for the 25th anniversary of Disney California Adventure. The pair's vibrant outfits feature hues of coral, magenta, turquoise, yellow, and pink with coordinating orange shirts with a sun motif inspired by Sunshine Plaza and the Sun Wheel from the park's original theming. Mickey wears a sporty teal jacket featuring the Grizzly Peak icon on the left chest. Stripes in orange, blue, and yellow radiate from his shoulders like sunbeams. His orange shirt and purple pants also have colorful paint splatters. Minnie has paired her sun shirt with collared shirt underneath in sort of marbled shades of pink, green, and blue. Her shimmering rainbow pleated skirt has a matching waistband. Her golden bow is also pleated to resemble a stylized sun with additional teal, pink, blue, and orange accents. Mickey and Minnie will be meeting and greeting guests in their 25th anniversary outfits starting February 6th on Buena Vista Street in DCA. A new dynamic popcorn bucket celebrating the Pixar Pal Around Ferris wheel is coming to DCA for the park's 25th anniversary. Pixar Pal Around popcorn bucket is designed like California Adventure's iconic Ferris wheel with swinging cars. The pie-eyed Mickey is the prominent figure on the front. The bucket's wheel spins, has 6 small swinging Pixar Pier gondolas of its own. The strap is navy with blueprint-style illustrations of multiple California Adventure icons and attractions. That's not the only appeal, though. The bucket is also the first to feature what Disney is calling Magic Inside technology that makes the bucket dynamically react to different locations in both Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure with unique color and light patterns. The Pixar Pal Around bucket will be available starting February 6th at the following locations while supplies last. They'll be at Hollywood Lounge, Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, Popcorn at Grizzly Peak Airfield, Fairfax Market, Mortimer's Market, select popcorn and outdoor vending carts in DCA. Humphrey the Bear will be making appearances in February at Storytellers Cafe. He will join the characters of Donald's Tales of Adventure dinner buffet. He's going to be joining them in the buffet on February 6th as part of DCA's 25th anniversary offerings. This mischievous, snack-loving grizzly bear of Brownstone National Park is featured in several Disney animated shorts, including 2 of his own as a leading star. Humphrey's humorous antics in Goofy and Donald Duck cartoons and beyond even inspired Humphrey's service and supplies at DCA. Advanced reservations are highly recommended for Storytellers Cafe, can be booked up to 60 days in advance on Disneyland.com or the Disneyland app. Again, it starts on February 6th. Check it out. Might be fun. The menu for GCH Craftsman Grill at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel has received some updates. Our reporter was able to grab a few snapshots of the updated menus. A variety of coffees, cold brews, and teas are available with pricing ranging from $5 to $7.75. The hot dog of the month is a banh mi dog served with grilled andouille sausage on toasted French roll with house mayo, pickled veggies, cucumbers, fresh sliced jalapenos, drizzled with honey, garnished with fresh cilantro. Currently, there's also a chicken tortilla soup with tomatoes, tender chunks of chicken, kidney beans, sweet corn, and chopped tortillas, all served in a thick, zesty chicken broth. Go to our website, check out the full menu. The Disney California Adventure entrance at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa has once again reopened for guest use. Sections of Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa have been under refurbishment since March of 2025. The DCA entrance near Napa Rose and the Tenaya Stone Spa has now reopened despite construction walls blocking work on the outdoor terrace of Napa Rose. Entrance is restricted to guests of the Disneyland resorts who have theme park admission and reservations for that date. That thing is closed and reopened a few times recently. We'll always keep an eye on it for you. The reopening dates for Tokyo Disneyland's The Diamond Variety Muster, the Diamond Horseshoe, and other restaurants have been confirmed. A social media post on X announced that the Diamond Variety Muster and the Diamond Horseshoe will reopen on Saturday, November 21st, 2026. The Plaza Pavilion Restaurant and Pecos Bill Cafe will reopen on Monday, November 2nd, 2026. All of these restaurants will close starting Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. Diamond Variety Muster is an American variety stage show at the Diamond Horseshoe Restaurant. Clarabelle Cow and Horace Horsecollar are joined by Mickey Mouse and friends to perform catchy songs. The show lasts about 30 minutes and advance booking is required for the dining experience. Tokyo Disney Resort will soon make Disney Premier Access available for guests to purchase ahead of their vacation. The Oriental Land Company has said they plan to begin offering Disney Premier Access before park visits in 2027. They also indicated they may expand the lineup of attractions and entertainment offering Disney Premier Access. Disney Premier Access is Tokyo Disney Resort's paid line skip service. Guests can purchase Premier Access in the Tokyo Disney Resort app after entering the park on the day of their visit. Premier Access is available for individual rides and shows, with prices varying depending on the attraction. Some of the rides and shows that are available include Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast, Disney Harmony and Color, Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey, and Rapunzel's Lantern Festival. I know I've not been to Tokyo Disneyland, but I've seen Tom's vlog, and you walk into the park and you immediately start hammering that app. It's kind of crazy, so it's good to see they're doing this. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those stories that did not make it onto the show today, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all of your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and other shows by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who help make this show happen each and every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.